Thank you very much. Okay, so my name is Lucy Mutemi, and I'm your presenter today. I'm going to be taking you through this presentation, a health presentation, and we shall discuss a little bit about our health, why we get sick, and see whether the product I'll be talking about has a place, has any place in your life. And we shall analyze that as we go along. And so I want to welcome you for coming in today. The others who are coming in will find us along the way. I think we shouldn't pass this time. So as I said before, my name is Lucy Mutemi, and I'm here. I'm an excited member of a company called AG Nutrition. And so I want to take you through that just so that we can understand the product, the company, and even then why we need it. So let me share something on the screen. Aha. So I hope you can still hear me. That is the company I was talking to you about. It's a company called AG Nutrition, and I'm a member of that company. And as we go along, I'll tell you why I became a member, because there are very many benefits that I've seen from this company. But let me just talk a little bit about it. So AG Nutrition is a Malaysian-based company, and it was launched in May 2019 in Malaysia. They came into Kenya in July the same year, 2019, and they have been here since then. And we are about 3 years old. We are in the industry of health and wealth, with our main focus being on health, and we are all about transforming people. And if you can look at that slide, there's a website there, and it's written, that's their website, agnutritioninternational.com. So that's the website. You can find out everything about this company from there. Those are the 3 founders that came together and decided to start this company. They worked a lot with doctors and scientists to come up with the products that we have so far. One of them is called Faiz Saleh. There is Fahim Azim, and there's Hafiz Saleh. The Salehs are brothers. They have a vast, experience in various fields. One is an engineer, there's a marketer, there's an administrator. So they do have experience in other fields, but in this industry, they have more than 20 years experience. And so they came together and came up with this particular product that we'll talk about. Please, let's mute ourselves. If you don't mind, can we mute ourselves, please? Rudy, okay, let me mute you. Aha. So moving along, this company, oh dear me, let me just see who else. Please, let's mute ourselves so that we can be able to understand each other. And so just like any other company, this company has a mission, and the mission is to transform people's lives and lifestyle by providing for us the best nutritional products of the highest quality, healthcare products. And also for those who choose to do the business part of it, because I did say that we're in the industry of health and wealth, they do promise to provide a rewarding opportunity platform for all the independent distributors. Once more, that is the website, agnutritioninternational.com. Now, they do have 4 core values that are very important. And number 1 core value is excellence. They promise to deliver premium value. They have said that they will provide outstanding quality products that meet your needs as a consumer and as a distributor. And having consumed these products, I believe that they are second to none. They are second to none. They will meet your needs and anyone else that you recommend them to. They don't cut any corners. They have met all the standards in Kenya. They are KEBS certified. also the Poison and Pharmacy, board has certified them. That is within Kenya. When you look out there in America, we have the FDA and other certifications. In Europe, we have many other certifications, including the European Food Safety Authority. And in Malaysia, they have their own certifications. These products are registered as superfoods. So yes, they do deliver premium value. The second core value is integrity. They promise to do the right thing all the time. All the time. They are going to do their business the right way. And so we want to emulate that. In Kenya, unfortunately, sometimes we have an issue with integrity. You find you have a company, it wants to do business the right way, but sometimes the environment, the atmosphere is not conducive for that. But this company does the right thing all the time. They pay their taxes, they pay anything they need to pay here the right way. And so we also want to do business the right way. Our business is about people, and we must maintain integrity. Now, we are all about teamwork. We are one company and one team. We work as a team. There will always be somebody here, for example, doing a presentation the way I'm doing here. We also have physical meetings, and those are for you. You can come in with your guests just for them to understand our product, understand our company. And yes, we work as a team. You don't have to feel alone should you embrace this company. And we are all about a winning mentality. Everybody must win. You as a distributor, you as a consumer, you must win, because the products have to do what they say they do, and they do. And the company also wins, because we are always going to keep going back. When a product is good, you find that we are always buying it. So those are our core values, the 4 core values that are very important to us. Now, our first product is known as AG Sera. That's our flagship. That's the first product that they came up with. And we want to see whether what they say there, that it's nature's gift for optimum health. How true is that statement? Do we really need this product? How important is it? And at this point, I like addressing us. Is there a place for this product in our health, in our life? And so we must look at whether we need it, whether our body needs it. It's important to understand this body that we are carrying, to also understand what it's made up of. Please let's mute ourselves. Now mute ourselves. Thank you. Yes. So going back, we want to see what is our body made up of, and what affects the body. This body of ours is made up of cells. It's important to know your body. It's made up of cells, and those cells form tissues. And this inyama tumebeba, and those tissues form organs: the heart, the liver, the kidneys, and the organs form systems. Like the respiratory system, the reproductive system, those sort of systems, and that forms the body that we are carrying. The same body, 70% of it is made up of water. So it's very important to hydrate, to drink water. Sometimes we don't take enough water, and that affects our health. And so we want to understand what is affecting us. Why must we, use this product? Really, do we really need it? But then we need to understand our bodies first. You see, today we are battling with a lot of conditions. We have arthritis. We know a lot of people with arthritis, diabetes, cancer, blood pressure, fibroids, libido issues. And when we get these very many conditions that we call lifestyle diseases or degenerative diseases, because they end up just degenerating, just getting worse and worse and worse, we have no choice but to live with these conditions. We go and see the doctor. Of course, why do we go to hospital? We go because we're in pain. We are feeling dizzy. We are feeling uncomfortable. And we go and see the doctor. And of course, the doctor will do what he needs to do. He'll do tests, he'll, diagnose you and tell you Unfortunately, maybe you have one of these, one condition or the other, the arthritis, those degenerative diseases, those that have become so prevalent. They have become so normal. When you hear someone has blood pressure, nobody panics anymore. You have diabetes, it almost looks like it's normal. You have cancer. Cancer is so much on the increase. I don't know. It scares me. I don't know if it does the same to you. And they're becoming so common. What can we do about it? Where are all these conditions coming from? What have we done, or what are we not doing? Because I sometimes talk to my parents and the older generations, and I ask them, in the 70s and the 60s, did you know what cancer was? Had you heard that word? And they hadn't. It was not a known thing, especially here in Kenya. Who knew what cancer was in Kenya those many years? I mean, the lay person, not the medical people. Those ones might have learned about it, but you and I, who may not necessarily be, from the medical background, was cancer something that you had ever heard about? But today, do you know even your children know there's something called cancer that is very bad? And we are living with, these are the times we are living in, where we have all these diseases brought about by, we're not very sure sometimes. One of them is stress. But what is making us live like this? What is making us have these conditions? And once we get one of these conditions, we don't seem to get better. If the doctor says you have blood pressure, you're on blood pressure medication for the rest of your life. If you have arthritis, you live with that arthritis. I understand it's very painful. And I have met a few people with arthritis, and some of them have been disfigured by this arthritis. They can barely walk. Some are bedridden. And yet it's everywhere. I'm hearing about arthritis everywhere. Diabetes. I lost a brother because of diabetes. What are we going to do? What can we do? Why are we having these conditions? And when you have them, you live with them 10, 15, 20 years, and finally, you're gone after living a life that is so painful. And you've been on medication, but you don't seem to get better. I did a little research, and I'm sure this research is what even our doctors and scientists, the doctors and scientists within the company. And, we realized that these cells of ours, because my understanding was that disease attacks the cell. When I go to the doctor and I say that I'm feeling dizzy or whatever it is, I may tell him, and then he tells me, oh, you have one of these conditions. Sometimes you don't even know to ask, where exactly is that condition in this body of mine? My body is made up of cells that form tissues, that form organs, that form systems, and that form the body that I'm carrying. But where is the disease attacking, in any of those groups of my body? And I came to learn that disease attacks the cell. And so I wanted to know then, what does the cell require? What makes the cell healthy? And what does it require to stay healthy? And the cell requires three things. At least these three things are written here. The food that you eat, the water that you drink, the air that you're breathing affects the cell. That means everything around us is affecting the cell. When I look at the air, just so as to know what could have changed, because if in the 70s, 60s, 50s, or those many years, at least in Kenya and probably Africa at large, those conditions were not heard of, then why are they prevalent today? So we have to check the environment. So you look at the air and you ask yourself, okay, my air, is it as fresh, as pure as it was in the 70s and the 60s and the 50s and, those many years. And you realize that there's so much pollution. We're driving so many cars. They have an exhaust. There are fumes coming from those cars. Some of them don't go for service. So there's this black smoke, especially the matatus and lorries. Sometimes you're passing by a matatu or a lorry that has not been serviced. And then, I don't know, at some point, there's some smoke coming out from there. And it's choking you. And when it chokes you, you're inhaling that. What is it doing to your cells? That smoke, And we live in an industrialized era where we have lots of factories that were not there in the 40s and 30s. We didn't have that. But take a walk in industrial area and you'll realize that every factory has a chimney. And there's some, waste in form of smoke that is released in the skies. And what they release in the skies could, depending on, whether it meets the required standard or how shall I put it? Are the levels of what they release in the skies meeting the required standards that they should meet? Because why do I say this? I don't know whether it was 2019 or 2020, there was a factory. There is still a factory in industry somewhere on Mombasa Road and Syokimau area. I don't know what it is they were making, but there is what they were releasing into the skies, and next to it is an estate. And we all saw it on news where the residents there were complaining that their children are getting sick, and they did get sick. One died, another one was admitted, and it's been affecting their health. Finally, NEMA did go there and shut down the factory for some time. I understand it's now in operation. But the question is, whatever it is they were releasing into the air, into the skies, had affected the residents there. How many other people has it affected? And to what extent are they going to suffer? For how long? What is going to be the consequences of that polluted air that was released there in the next years? Because I was very surprised to find that somebody has moved, my neighbor has moved from that estate, and her reason for coming to where I live is that, they are still feeling the effects. She came from that estate in Syokimau, and people are still feeling the effects of what had happened before. And so she was looking for somewhere where maybe the air was a little bit purer and all that. So I realized that even the air, and research shows that the air that you breathe can affect the cells in a negative way when it's full of pollution. When you look at the water that you're drinking, I like asking people, how many people have the courage to just open a tap and drink directly from that tap? Some do, but majority tell me no, they can't. And when I ask why, they tell me, no, I'm not sure that it is safe. I don't think it's clean, or I have to boil the water. And I don't blame them, because I too, if I must drink water from the tap, I feel the need to boil it. Maybe it's because we have come across the water pipes and the sewer lines, burst and mixing up in various places. You've seen, the rise of waterborne diseases, and you're a bit scared. You're not too sure. And the fact that sometimes we hear cholera is there, it scares people. And so we are saying that even when your water is not safe, and it's unfortunate that a country such as Kenya, that has been independent for more than 60 years or about 60 years, can still not provide clean, safe drinking water for its citizens. That is really sad. And when they do, some areas don't even have clean water. I mean, just look at our rivers. We have companies that keep pouring all manner of chemical, waste in the water. Everybody is doing something to our water. Nairobi River, which, I grew up in Nairobi, and that water used to be very clear in the 60s and 70s. It got to a point where you can't even see fish there. If the fish are gone, then how safe is that water? That is also affecting us. And when we look at the food that we eat, it's made up of those groups of, groupings that are put there: carbohydrates, vitamins, and proteins. Let's look at this food. Are we eating right? I'll start with the proteins. Proteins, they are very good. They give you amino acids. You produce some, you need some from your, your protein. And your sources of protein are beef, eggs, milk, chicken, those are your sources of protein. And their work is to repair and to renew the cells. Everything here is targeting the cells. So the work of protein, in simple terms, is to renew your cells, to repair them. Yes. And I don't focus too much on protein because I know sometimes we eat too much and thereby we get other issues because we are eating too much protein, especially red meat. We need to just minimize, just eat enough. That is enough. We don't need to eat all that we do eat when we go to those nyama choma joints. We eat a lot and we end up with issues like gout, and those are other problems now you're bringing to yourself. So let's eat in just enough, moderate. It will do the work. Now, when we go to vitamins come from fruits and vegetables, and they're full of fiber. They have lots of things they do for us. They raise your immunity, and especially right now with the increase of corona, we're going to have to fight it. And the only way we can fight it is if your cells, have immunity, and you can only up that by taking enough fruits and vegetables. In fact, according to the World Health Organization, we are supposed to be eating 5 to 9 helpings of fruits and vegetables in a day. Yani, 5 to 9 bowls of different colored fruits and vegetables in a day. Sometimes I ask when I'm in a physical class, I can ask, who has taken a fruit? Who has eaten a fruit in a day? And sometimes majority of people don't eat fruits. In fact, it is very sad because sometimes when I ask the men, they tell me fruits are for women and the children. And the women, of course, they are all, self-giving. So the fruits are for the children. No one is to touch the fruits. And yet that is what will give you immunity. That is what will help you fight with the disease. You as the adults are the ones going out there, you're working, you're meeting with pollution and all manner of things out there. And your cells don't have the immunity because we are not eating enough. I know probably when I say eat 5 to 9 helpings of fruits and vegetables in a day, that may be a tall order, but nonetheless, the body requires that. And the least we can do is at least have fruits, some fruits every day. And vegetables, they have to be part of our diet, every single meal. So it's important. When you don't have enough fruits and vegetables, you just open yourself to many, many ailments. Now let's look at the carbohydrates. Our sources of carbohydrates are, maize, wheat, rice. That's where we get our carbohydrates from. And I just want you to imagine the picture of a maize seed. And just look at that and see, just 1 minute, let me just mute somebody. Sorry about that. Yeah, when you look at the maize has a husk, the outer covering of the maize, and I'm just talking of the one maize. And it has the germ, that soft, yellowish fat, and there's the starchy part of the maize, and the flour inside there. And it's so unfortunate, but to see what man does to himself. There are very important oils that are found in the husk and the germ. The husk is very important, by the way, for digestion, and the germ has essential oils, important oils that help keep your cell wall soft and permeable, to allow in nutrients. The nutrients come in, do what they need to do, and the waste needs to get out. But that only happens if your cell wall is soft and permeable. And what keeps it that way is what you get from your whole grain. The grain with everything in, the germ, the husk, and all. But what do we normally do to the maize? And I'm talking about the maize because that's our staple food, although it's become very expensive today. What do? We take the maize, even when you harvest in shags, when you harvest in the country, you go to the miller and you go and you say, I want grade 1, for example. And so the miller does his best to remove as much of the germ as he can and the husk, so that he can give you the grade 1 that you need. Thank God he's not able to remove everything. Otherwise, I don't think we'll be alive. He still leaves a little bit, but most of it is gone. And then what do we say? If you look at the farmers in the upcountry, they want now that has been removed during milling, the husk and the germ, they tell the miller, please pack it for me. And where are they taking it? They're taking it to go and give to the cows and the chicken. And so you hardly meet a cow with arthritis, diabetes, all those things, or the chicken. But you as man, who is the one who is in control, you've removed that. And so what happens to your cells? Your cells get really tired and they're sick because they're not able to get enough of the nutrients because they are becoming hard and impermeable. And I challenge you, I need you to walk into the supermarket and go to the section where there's the maize flour, the wheat flour, and all that, and just check whether you'll find a weevil, because the weevil is a very clever insect. When it goes to your granaries in shags, the upcountry, and it goes and finds your grain there, it's very clever. It goes to your maize and it eats the germ, it even eats the husk, and leaves for you the flour there. And so it knows what is life. But we remove that. Go and check if there are weevils in that area where I'm telling you, and then come to a conclusion for yourself. I know, of course, our flour has preservatives and all that, but this should be an eye opener that, when I go home and I find that there's maize that has been harvested, can I take some and just mill some of it? I shouldn't remove the germ and the husk. I just tell them, give me the grade 3. And then I come home with it, and maybe I can mix it a little bit with my normal flour because, my family is not used to it, just to introduce to them that, the grade 3 flour. And then with time, I go scaling down on the other flour and keeping my grade 3 flour because that's where life is. So, that's what we've done to ourselves. And we live in a world where we have lots of stress. It's no wonder that we are being bombarded with all sorts of conditions. And you're finding that all these 3 things, your pollution, the water, the food that is not eaten in the right quantities, or it's full of toxins and, a lot of madawa. Our soils we spray all manner of things in them. And sometimes our fruits and vegetables, fruits attain all their vitamins when they ripen on a tree. Now, if you're lucky enough to live in a farm and the fruit ripens on the tree and you happen to eat it, then you get all the benefits of the vitamins that are there. But we live far away and the fruits come from far. By the time they reach your local market, vitamins have been lost along the way. We also don't cook, we overcook our food. So we're not getting enough nutrients. And that is leading to all these conditions I'm talking about. And when we get some of these conditions, for example, like diabetes, the doctor, you go and see the doctor and he tells you, unfortunately, you have diabetes. Let me just mute somebody. And so there you are with diabetes. And before you know it, you're on medication for diabetes. And as you go along, you seem to acquire another condition, and yet you were only treating diabetes. So before you know it, blood pressure has come in. And then now you're treating two conditions. Kidogo, what has come in, the heart, or even before the heart, maybe your eyesight starts giving you a problem. You can't see very well. And as you go along, the next thing is what? Is your heart is enlarging and you're on medication. So you don't know why you're getting these things. You started out with diabetes and you move on, and the next thing is your kidneys, your liver, dementia sets in. And within a period of 10, 15, 20 years, you have lived those years in pain, just sick. You started out with diabetes. You don't even know why you got it in the beginning, or maybe you do know, but well, that's what you started out with. And you end up dying this very painful death, I think. And 10, 20 years of your life are gone. You've just been struggling with conditions. And it's the same for any other degenerative disease. And what I want to tell you is you shouldn't have to live life like that. I don't think God created us such that we have to live life like that. So our company did this research and with doctors and scientists, and they came up with a product called Aegicera. Aegicera has 8 ingredients. One of them is curcumin. Another one is sakura extract. There's Gymnema sylvester. There's white olive. There's whole wheat. There's pomegranate. There's white peach. And they are mixed berries. And I'll just go very quickly through those ingredients so that we can see how they can help us. So I talked about the whole wheat, and within the whole wheat is an ingredient called Ceramosides. Ceramosides is derived from wheat. It is derived from wheat. It is harvested from wheat before the wheat matures, before gluten forms, because gluten is sweet, very addictive, and it's our enemy because it adds weight and all that, not good for diabetes because it will increase your sugar levels. So Ceramosides is harvested before the gluten matures, before the wheat matures because of that gluten. And so it is very safe for diabetes. It's very good for the skin. Your skin, between the dermis and epidermis, there's a protein there called ceramides, and they're very good for the skin. They help lock in moisture and just, help your skin just stay hydrated, moisturized. But with time, as you get older, because we're not eating as we should, we're not eating our whole grains well, what happens? You start seeing, as you get older, your skin is getting wrinkled, it's looking older, it's drying up, and you end up with all manner of skin conditions. So when you take our product that has Ceramosides, the first thing it will do is help your skin. It's a very good antioxidant. It will flush out toxins. And antioxidants are compounds that we make. We make them, and we get them also from fruits and vegetables. And basically, their work is to increase your immunity and help flush out the toxins that are found in your food, in the air that you're breathing, in the water just around us. And those toxins, that are free radicals, cause cellular damage. So you don't want them in your body. And if they're there, you need them flushed out. And it's your fruits and vegetables that do that. So when I say something is an antioxidant, just remember it's helping to flush out toxins. So this Ceramoside comes in, it's an antioxidant, so it will help work on those free radicals. It will give you a youthful skin. It's been clinically proven to improve your skin condition in 15 days, and it's true. In 15 days, your skin will look amazing. It's 100% plant, plant based. It is free from gluten. It has no GMOs, no additives, no preservatives, and it's very good for you. As I said, it's an antioxidant. It's very good for cancer. It's anti-cancer because, these free radicals, they cause cellular damage that ends up leading to cancer. So they are anti-cancer. It regulates blood sugar. Very good for maintaining, good cholesterol levels, balancing your cholesterol levels. It helps with arthritis because it is also an anti-inflammatory. So it's very good for arthritis and for joints. It's high in iron. As I said, it's anti-inflammatory, and it's an antioxidant as well as an anti-inflammatory. And, inflammatory diseases are like the ones I mentioned earlier on. So when I say this is anti-inflammatory, you can imagine it's working against those other diseases, thereby freeing you from them. And I said it has no gluten, very good for blood pressure. So some of those things are some of the benefits that you find in ceramosides. Now we have another ingredient called hite olive, and hite olive is sourced from the olive fruit. And we know the olive oil has so many benefits. It's one of the oils that is pretty expensive in the supermarket, but very important for us. This hite olive is sourced from the olive fruit, as I said before, and it has high levels of natural hydroxysterol. I'm telling you, that's a tongue twister, but anyway, you can see it's there. And I went out to just Google what that does, and I was amazed to find that it's very good for, where cancer is concerned. It helps, it causes a condition known as apoptosis. And when I Googled that, I realized it makes the cancer cells commit suicide. And I thought, what a plus. We have so many people who have had, something to do with, cancer and the like, and they've had so many benefits where the cancer seems to have shrunk. Sometimes you don't even get to see it anymore, and yet they had it. Yes, you can take them with any other drug. This is food, and I'll answer those questions at the end. Thank you, Captain. So, as I said, the hite olive has very many benefits, and I'll tell you some of them. It's very good for fungal infections, very good for bacterial infections, for viral infections. It, will take care of your dementia. We know the olive is very good for ENT, ear, nose, and throat. Very good for memory loss. It will take care of your, slow down memory lapses. Very good in regulating your blood sugar, your blood pressure. Now, when it comes to women, we go through so many changes in our body. There are times when we are going through such bad period pains. Sometimes, the doctor will go and tell you have endometriosis, and that's really a painful condition that women go through. These cramps, you can't even go to the office because you have excessive bleeding, you are crampy, your mood swings, you're just a bad, time that women go through. Even when they go through, sorry, can I put my phone on silent a little? I've come across very many women, who have taken the product, including myself, and they used to go through this painful cramps. You don't even go to the office because you can't manage yourself there. And they take our product, and there goes the pain is no longer there. And yes, they're very good. Now, it's also very good for wounds. Our product is very good for wounds, especially the hite olive. And if you have those stubborn wounds, you just pour the contents on the wound. You can take it orally and also pour the contents on the wound, especially the diabetic wounds. They can be really, really bad. And this really helps. You'll see the wound just drying up and you can save people's lives. As I said, it's good for viruses, fungal infections. Women, we tend to also get all manner of fungal infections, and you're inserting this and inserting that and dealing with, these infections that never seem to go, candidiasis and the like. Hytolith is going to sort that out for you. It's a good detox, very good for cholesterol. So some of those are some of the benefits for Hytolith. We have another ingredient. I'm talking of one product that has all these ingredients. So we have something called Sakura extract. And Sakura extract, before I go on any bit further, the Hytolith, we have farms, in France. Actually, sorry, we have farms in Spain where our olive trees are grown. And for the wheat, before the one I talked about, the Ceramycides, we have farms in France, and we use the latest technology. They are raised the nanotechnology. So that's where our farms come from. Now we have this ingredient called Sakura extract. It's been largely found in Japan, and it works very well with the Ceramycides, the one for the skin. It's very high in antioxidants. Again, remember that is helping you increase your immunity and flush out toxins. And this has very good soothing effects on the skin, very rich in essential fatty acids, helps to promote, it's anti-aging. It helps with collagen formation. It brightens your skin because it's removing all the toxins, so your skin looks, whiter. When I say whiter, it doesn't mean bleaching, but just making you have this bright skin, because now your skin is amazing. It has no toxins all over. Your skin reflects what is inside your body. So when you flush out the toxins, you will notice in your skin. It contains anti-inflammatory properties that will help even out your pigmentation. Now, we have some people who tend to get this condition called vitiligo, where they seem to lose the pigmentation. This will help bring back that pigmentation. And of course, it will leave your skin glowing. It really is amazing, very rich in vitamin C. And we know vitamin C is also very good for your immunity, especially right now, with the COVID, during this COVID season. So you will want to take this. Now we have another ingredient called curcumin, and curcumin is derived. It's the most active ingredient found in turmeric. Turmeric has over 200 properties, an amazing, amazing ingredient that has been used by the Asian community for centuries, and even the Somali community. It's an amazing anti-inflammatory. Actually, it's rated as one of the best anti-inflammatory in the world. Very good in fighting body-wide inflammation. Sometimes I like referring to that as that ugonjwa ya hapa na pale. Have you ever taken your parents to hospital and everywhere seems to be aching? Not the legs, not the shoulder, not, just inflammation everywhere. So this fights body-wide inflammation. Sister, please mute. What else does it do? It's a natural painkiller. In fact, when I say that, you take our product, you have these periods that are so bad, these cramps, you even have just pain generally, you will realize your pain will disappear, and it's disappearing because of the curcumin. It's a natural painkiller. It's a natural antibiotic. It has over 200 uses. It is as a anti-inflammatory. It's very good for supporting your joints and bone health. Very good for people with arthritis and all. It boosts your cognitive function. Those memory issues, dementia, all those things. It really boosts your cognitive function. It increases detoxification in the liver. It promotes radiant skin. The Somali community, if you look at their skin, they just look like, babies. They have an amazing skin, but it's because they have used this in their beauty regimens for centuries. It's anti-cancer. It supports natural weight loss. As I said, it's very good for body aches. It regulates your blood sugar. It's rated as #1 in fighting, inflammation. Very good for varicose veins, those clogged veins, blood pressure, and much, much more. Now we have another ingredient, Gymnema sylvester. It is a shrub found in tropical countries, tropical forests in India, some parts of Africa, Australia. And in Hindi, in India, it is known as the destroyer of sugar. This is an amazing ingredient that really helps diabetic patients. How does it do that? For the diabetic patients, what is happening is that the pancreas is not able to produce insulin the way it's supposed to. And, that affects the diabetic person. So what does it do? It has the ability of reducing sugar cravings by making sweet food taste less appealing. So for the diabetic patient, I hope I talked about diabetes before. Yes, the diabetic patient, you see, what are they craving? When their sugar levels are high, it's sugar that they want. But when they take our product, those cravings are, reduced drastically. Even for people battling with, I've had testimonies, people who want to stop smoking, for example, and drinking. You see, they deal with cravings. When they take our product, it's able to, reduce those cravings, and that helps them. But that only helps them if they are willing to let go of those vices, So it's when it reduces your sugar craving, of course, that helps your sugar levels, stabilize. It will help your cholesterol levels, and that reduces your risk to heart disease. It increases insulin production, because remember, these are vitamins. I'm talking of fruits and vegetables and the herbs. They are very rich in vitamins. And what do vitamins do? Vitamins have antioxidants that help build the immunity. And once your cells have immunity, because, you realize that when you're sick, it is your cells that are sick. So what do your cells need? Your cells need immunity. Once they have immunity, they're able to repair themselves, to restore themselves, to rejuvenate, to replicate, and to replace themselves. They need immunity. So when you take Gymnema sylvester that is found in our product, it goes to the pancreas. And those pancreas cells have immunity. They start repairing themselves. And before you know it, your insulin production is increasing. And we have testimonies where people are telling us that, the doctor is reducing their medication. And please note, I am talking about food. You do not stop taking your medication. You must continue with your medication. The doctor is the one who will reduce it depending on how they see you faring on. And this can be taken with your medication, because I'm only talking about food. So this Gymnema sylvester also helps reduce inflammation caused by excess sugar intake, and it's very good for weight loss. So an amazing, amazing ingredient. It's very good for water retention as well. When you retain water, it's able to reduce that water retention. Moving on, we have another ingredient called white peach. Now, in Kenya, we have peaches. I've seen some in the Limuru area, although I've seen smaller ones. But these ones have been, they have been thought to have originated from China more than 8,000 years ago. So they've been in existence for a long time. They're very rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals. They contain antioxidant properties, very, very rich in natural vitamin C that is amazing for the skin. They contribute to healthy digestion, very good for the gut. These people who tend to suffer from gas issues, acid, gastritis, those issues, ulcers, peaches are amazing. They will sort that issue out. They are very, very good for the gut. They treat gut disorders. They are amazing for allergies. You find there are people who they wake up in the morning, and what's happening? Just because, the air is cold, they have this kahoma that never disappears. it ends at about 10 o'clock because then the weather has become a little bit warmer. And by 5 p.m., they pick up their home, and that is their life. That was my life. I have lived with allergies from birth. And today, you know, if it was before, you would have been hearing me with a stuffiness and all that. But I am free from those allergies. I thank God for that. Now, they help to fight and prevent cancer, amazing properties. And as I said, they treat gut disorders. I'm trying to see if there's anything else I can add. They are rich in vitamin C, very good for allergies, hay fever, asthma. They are very rich in vitamin D1, K1, folic acid, very good for women with, you know, pregnant women, you know, because they're rich in folic acid, and they're very good in taking care of infertility issues. We have people who the doctor is saying you're fine, you actually don't have any problem, you're ovulating well, your husband is fine, but you've stayed 10 years, you know, 14 years, you don't have a child, and yet the doctor is saying there's no reason why you shouldn't have a child. But they come in and they take our product, and it's amazing. You remember, we are talking about inflammation, balancing your hormones and all that, and within a month, 2 months, you find the lady is getting pregnant. It's just amazing, the benefits that food has. Food is amazing. So that is white peach. Moving on, we have mixed berries also contained in our products, and we have 4 kinds of berries there. We have the elderberry, the blueberry, the blackberry, and the raspberry. Now, berries are the kings and queens where cancer is concerned. Very, very rich in the B vitamins, B6, B12, B17. Lack of B17 is the beginning of cancer. Very, very rich in vitamin A, amazing for your eyesight. I remember I've also had eyesight issues because I was born with cataracts. And so I've worn specs from childhood, and I've had surgery. By the time I was 26 years, the cataracts had to be removed. I wish I had, you know, had known about this product. But yes, my eyesight has improved tremendously. I could not read, you know, handwriting that was very, very, you know, small words. But today I actually don't have any problems. And I believe it's because of the vitamin A that is found in, you know, they are rich in vitamin A, rich in vitamin C, vitamin D, D1, K1, and certain minerals like niacin and potassium, selenium, very good for the brain. Selenium is amazing. They work, you know, very well on the uterus wall, very good for fertility issues, rich in folic acid, amazing for pregnant women. You can see here, they are very rich in antioxidants, very good for taking care of cancer, you know, cancer issues. And your skin, very rich in fiber, so amazing for your digestive system. They boost cognitive function, you know. They protect you against cellular damage, you know, that is caused by the free radicals. I said they are good in rich in fiber. They help keep your arteries healthy. They help manage your weight well. Amazing for women. You know, again, once more, menopause, PMS, amazing. Good in regulating your blood sugar levels, and so many other benefits. I can only mention a few. And then I think this is our last ingredient. We have pomegranate, that's pomegranate. I remember eating this when I was young. I don't come across it so often, but the other day I went to the supermarket and I found, actually in Naivas, and I found one the size of my fist, and I do have a large fist. The size of, you know, it was going for 1,500 shillings. And I couldn't believe, because in my home area where I come from, the pomegranate we give to the cows and the chicken, we no longer consume it. And yet, this is rated as one of the best antioxidants in the world. You know, let me answer this towards the end, Captain. This is rated as one of the best antioxidants in the world, best antioxidant in the world. And it's helps to fight prostate cancer in men, breast cancer, colon cancer. It's very good in lowering blood pressure. It helps fight arthritis and joint pain. Amazing antioxidant. It will help treat erectile dysfunction. You know, in today's world where we don't eat vegetables the way we are supposed to eat, the green vegetables, you know, you find that, and I don't know, I see it sometimes with my son. I have a 21-year-old son, and we fight over him to, you know, when I want him to eat vegetables, especially the sukuma wikis and the other greens. They're very rich in zinc, and zinc is very important in healing and also very important for men. But you find that it's hard to get, you know, some people to eat vegetables, and not just the men, the women as well. And you find a lot of people are battling with issues like this, erectile dysfunction, just because of poor eating habits. Yes, this you know, happens to even people with diabetes, and that is because of the because of the medication. I'm so sorry about that call. That, you know, that probably they are taking is affecting them. But when they come and use our product, and for the diabetic person, we tell them within a month, they start noticing very positive results. And for the other men who really don't have an issue, it's just that they're not eating right. Within a week or so, I have heard that this sorts itself out. Pomegranate is also very, very good for libido issues, because you find, because today we are not eating right. If you give, you just need to watch the younger people, what they're eating, our young men and women. You realize they live on fast food. And what surprises me, you know, when you go to the pharmacy and ask them who are the people who buy Viagra the most, you realize it's 30-year-old and below, you know, young men. And you ask yourself, wow, if these young men are the ones eating, you know, taking this, and Viagra has so many side effects, not good for you. You know, they can give you heart attacks. Once you get addicted, you can't perform without them. And all this can be rectified by just eating right. So yes, our product will take care of those libido issues. It will help fight bacterial and fungal infections. It increases your energy levels. As I said, it's rated as the #1 fruit where antioxidants are concerned. You know, it's an amazing ingredient. So we have all these 8 ingredients, all of them packed into sachets. They are packed in a sachet like that one you can see. And that sachet, or maybe before I go into the sachet, let me just share how it is taken, because the picture is right there in front of you. All those ingredients are packed in sachet form. They're in powder form. And the sachet is packed in, you know, it's packed according to your daily requirement, what your body requires per day. It is packed, which is 3,000 milligrams. That is what it is packed in. And you take it sublingually. That's why that mouth is open there. You put the contents under the tongue. Under the tongue, there are the salivary glands or the sublingual glands, and we want it to be assimilated. We want it to dissolve under the tongue. How do you take it? You wake up first thing in the morning and you sit upright. Please sit up. Don't take it and go to bed. We want you to pour the contents, and the contents that are there are just about a teaspoon of all those ingredients I've talked about. You put the contents under the tongue. While sitting up, close your mouth and just relax. Just don't make movements, because if you make lots of movements, you want to talk, you're moving all over the place, you know, you're going to produce a lot of saliva, and then you'll be forced to swallow the product. And we want you to take it sublingually so that it goes straight to the bloodstream and reaches your cells as fast as possible, and it will if you take it sublingually, and the results are going to be amazing. When you take it through the digestion, you know, you swallow it, a lot of it is wasted. And so when you take it sublingually, you keep everything. Now, it will take about, you know, 20 minutes or so to dissolve. Some people can dissolve 10, 20 minutes. Just hold it under your tongue. It will dissolve. And it tastes sweet because it is fruits and vegetables. But remember, it does not raise your sugar levels. It's very good for the diabetes. So it is safe for everybody. So let it dissolve under the tongue. Once it has dissolved in the 10, 20 minutes, now you can be able to talk. And how will you know that it has dissolved? The sweetness will go away and you realize that your saliva is just tasting the way it normally does. And then now you can just swallow that saliva and now you can jump up and do your whatever things you need to do. After, give yourself about 10 minutes and then you can take a glass of water or some water and then give yourself 20 minutes and you can have your breakfast. So I'm saying that the daily requirement is that you take 1 to 2 sachets a day. So that's how you take it in the morning. You'll find who can take it. You can also take it in the, maybe let me talk about, you can also take it in the afternoon, in the, later on in the day. And you would take it because maybe you've suffered from a certain condition for so long. Remember, I'm just talking about food. Maybe you have cancer, you have, you're quite unwell. And so you need the second dosage. So when do you take it? You take it after lunch, 3 hours, probably 4 hours after lunch. The idea is to take on an empty stomach, and you just take it the same way that you took in the morning. Now, who can take this product? Anyone can take this product. Remember, I'm talking about food. I'm talking about food, not medication. So anyone can take this from, even our day-old child can take. You just put a little on your finger and give them if they need. Otherwise, they will probably get it from their mother. But all the way from a child all the way to as old as you can be, from anyone with any condition, from you and I who may not have any condition, anyone going through chemo, you're going through dialysis, whatever, you have cancer. Remember, I'm talking about food. And in short, what does it do? This is fruits and vegetables. What do? They raise your immunity. They help flush out toxins. Once they raise your immunity, your cells are able to repair themselves, to restore themselves, to replicate themselves, to rejuvenate themselves, and to replace themselves. So they go and give the cells what they require. And this body is like a machine. It's able to do all those things by itself. You take it together with your medication. Please do not stop your medication. I think I can, yeah, okay. Don't stop your medication. Just continue with your medication because we are talking about food. The doctor, as you keep going for your clinic, if you are on medication, is the one who will monitor you and see how you're doing. And of course, if there's improvement, he will do what needs to be done. But otherwise, please don't stop your medication. You need to continue with your medication. We are talking about food. So how much is this product and how can you get it? We have 3 ways that you can be able to get the product. Okay, some of those are the benefits of Aegicera. You can Google and see them. But we have 3 ways. We also have testimonies, which you will, if you Google Aegicera, Aegicera on YouTube, you're going to see amazing testimonies. But I just need to reach at this point where I can mention how can you come in. This product, which I'll show you at the end of it, a packet of 14 sachets retails at 7,500. That's how much it retails at. But the company comes and says, you can choose to have an account. Come in and open an account. And if you pay 10,350, instead of getting 1 packet, which you would have gotten if you bought from somebody out there at 7,500, in this case, you will get 2 boxes of 14 sachets each. Those are 28 sachets at 10,350. That is a package we call basic. And when you take the product, you're going to feel good. You'll actually think you've become better. But I'm talking about food, and food takes its time. Food works, but it works with time. But it will address your issues and it will help, manage your condition. Not really manage, but it will actually give you positive results. You are going to feel better. You're going to get well. 2 packets may not be enough. They won't be enough. So you could decide, let me come in, because the company recommends you take the product for 4 to 6 months for a problem to reverse itself. So 2 packets are not enough, and you're taking 1 to 2 sachets a day. So you could choose to come in and take the larger package, which is called premium. and premium goes for 41,400. You get 8 boxes, and it just means either of them, it just means you're getting a packet at 5,175. Now, that is a premium you can take. It will last if you're taking, for 4 months. It can take you quite a while to finish those ones. They will last. Or you can move on and take the elite package, which goes for 124,200. You end up with 24 boxes. Who would take this? Maybe you have family members who also need to sort out some issues. They need that. Or maybe you're a business person. You want to have some products. When you meet with somebody and they decide to open an account, you can be able to give them the product and you go and replace it from the company's head office, which is in town. So once you are a member, once you have an account, the next time you want to purchase a packet for yourself, the one packet will cost you 4,140. So there is an advantage of coming in and having your own account and just be able to purchase the product at cost by opening one of these accounts. So that is how much we get the products. We are able to come in and have the products. Anyone can come in and just have products. Yes, we have a business side to it, but no one is under any obligation to do any business. We are more interested in passing on the information so that you can, see whether it will help you and you can come in and purchase for yourself. Now, I need to talk a little bit, maybe show you how the packet looks like at this point. So let me stop sharing that. Aha. So this is how Agicera looks like. It has a packet like that. It looks like this. That's the back side of it. And this is how the sachet looks like physically. It has, it's packed according to your daily requirement, which is 3,000 milligrams. And all the 8 ingredients that I'm talking about are in a sachet like this. And this box has 14 sachets. So that is the Agicera. Now, we also have other products I'm just mentioning now. I'm about to wind up. We have a product called Agibroc, which is really amazing. Actually, just before I conclude, this Agicera, in short, is an antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory. It will help increase your immunity so that your cells can repair themselves, restore themselves, rejuvenate themselves, replicate themselves, and replace themselves. Now, this is Agibroc, and Agibroc has about 7 ingredients. Again, they are vitamins. They target certain areas of the body, but they work very well with the Agibroc, with the Agicera. In short, we call this a detox and an immune booster. So they come to add on the immunity. Very, very good for all types of conditions to do with your, cancer, lung issues, digestive problems. This will work very, very well together with the Agicera. So that's another ingredient, although we shall talk about it at a later date. I'll tell you when. We have another product called AG Rosy, and all these, once you're a member, you get them at cost, at the member's price. So AG Rosy, very good for women, targets women issues. Men can also take it, but it's more beneficial for women, but they can also take it. Very, very good for women. And we have another product called AG Fibery. Again, this will take care of your digestive system. It is said that 70% of your immunity is found in your digestive system. And so 70% of your problems must be starting from there. So this will take care of your issues. Agicera will also take care of detoxing you. Actually, you will tell us about it. You will sleep very well, and your stomach issues will be sorted out to some extent. But Fibery comes in and sorts out more. I have an ingredient, just a sachet of something else called butterscotch coffee. And we have something, this is a coffee very good for men, but also women. And we have another coffee called Agimex that really sorts out men. It takes care of testosterone levels, post-treat health. And then we have a skincare. So that's what we have that is here for us. And the product is amazing. It helped sort out my nerves issues. I had nerves problems. and I had a condition called carpal tunnel, and today I'm no longer on medication. I've been on the product for a while. I suffered from insomnia for a very long time, gut issues, and there are many testimonies. So on Tuesdays, what we do, we just do a presentation where we come and tell you about Ejisera and just mention the others. And on Wednesday, we train about the other products, just maybe one or two of the other products. So tomorrow we'll have another presentation. Now, before I leave, I had seen some questions here from somebody. Let me just see what they were saying. Can you take them with other drugs, e.g. blood sugar and blood pressure drugs? Yes, you can. This is food. This is food. What about someone with high potassium? Again, remember I said that they are well balanced. They are packed just according to your daily requirement. And so you shouldn't have any issues with them. Maybe I can give room for just maybe one or two questions before I wind up, because the time is gone. Is there anyone who, maybe has a concern? Maybe we can address it now, or maybe at a later date. You're free to ask a question or two, and we'll see if we can answer it here, but just for a minute or two, because I need to wind down. So karibuni sana. Anyone with a concern? Maybe I can just give a minute or two. You're free to ask, and we'll see whether we can address it here or at a later time. Karibuni sana.
Lucy.
Yes, Grace.
Yes, maybe you need to expound on if you need the 8 packets, must you pay for the 8 packets at a go?
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so I talked about I talked about the different packages. We have one package that gives you 2 packets of Ejisera, and it goes for 10,350. You will have begun your journey, but it's not enough. The 2 packets are not enough. Remember, we need to take the product for 4 to 6 months to address an issue. And so you can come in with these 2 packets, but you will need to take more. Or you can come in with 8 packets that goes for 41,400, and you have your 8 packets, and you're taking a sachet or 2 in a day, and that will cover you. You can also come in with that package and be able to purchase that one, or the one for 124,200. But in either case, either way, once you're a member, you can buy the product at a cheaper price. Once you're a member, you do need to come in with one of those packages. And I will tell you, as having been in this business, in this company for a while, it is, I would say, the best package is the Elite, the biggest of the packages, because you have 24 packets. And sometimes when you have good results, you're going to find that you'll start sharing about the benefits you're achieving, because you will come, have good benefits. And the minute you share them with somebody else, they're going to ask you, I want to get some for my own. And yes, we register you, we open your account online, and so you can do it from anywhere. You'll find that they'll want the package, the packet, and you don't have. But if you have a little stock, not to do business, but to help out somebody who may want to come in, it does help when you have the 24 packets. And if you can't get that, then it's good to get the 8 packets, because that means you're covered for maybe 2 months or so, which is great. And when you don't have that, in case you don't have that, then nothing is stopping you from coming in with the 2 packets. And then once you're a member, you're able to, purchase the next time round at a cheaper price. I don't know whether I've answered your question, Grace.
Yes, you have. Yes, but I was just wondering that if I started with the 2 packs.
Yes.
Is there a way that I can now decide to become an Elite?
Yes. Okay, I didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yes. I forgot to mention that. Let me just go back to the slide. 1 minute. Let me just go back, just so that I can answer Grace. I forgot to mention something. Okay, let me just go back to that. Okay, I talked about these packages, and maybe what I didn't do is mention something else. Now, for those who are interested in the business, although we have a class for that, but those who are interested in the business part, or even you, even if you're not interested in the business part, as I said, the best package to be in is in Elite, and especially for the business person, because you know, we have 8 ways that we earn, and in all these packages you're going to earn, but depending on the package you are in, you earn higher percentages. So yes, you can choose to come in with an Elite, which allows you to earn at the highest level if you're doing the business. And if not, as an Elite, you come in as a Premium, which allows you to earn at the middle level. And as a Basic, you will earn, but you'll earn at the lowest level. So if you come in as a Basic, and the best place to be is an Elite, the company does allow you to move yourself to the next level. And what you need to do, you just come in, they give you 60 days. You can see somewhere is written 60 days to move from the Basic level to the Premium level. And how do you do that? You do that by paying the difference of the prices. If you pay in those 2 months, it's an offer that they give you. You came in and you paid 10,350, and you pay that, the difference between that and the 41,400, which is 31,050. If you pay that within 60 days, then you move to the next level. You will also get the difference in the products. Initially, you had 2. The bigger package has 8. You are going to get the 6 packets, and you do that in 60 days, and you will go to Premium. At Premium level, assuming you still want to be able to earn at the highest level, then you need to pay the difference again between those 2 packages. You know, difference between 124,200 and 41,400. Again, you get the difference in the packages, so you'll end up with 16 packages, and you will find yourself as an Elite. And once an Elite, any business that is done by you or your team or whatever, you will earn at the highest level. We have a class for that that takes you that. Now, between the Premium and an Elite, you're given 120 days, which is about 4 months. And if you don't move to those levels and you want to actually be in business, then if the 2 months elapse or the 4 months elapse, it doesn't mean that you're thrown out. It just means that the offer is over. You would have to pay for the next package at full price. And of course, because you didn't take the offer, then you end up paying a penalty. But I'm speaking to the person who is interested in the business part of it as well. And yes, we have 8 ways we make money. Maybe I can just introduce and stop at this level. We have direct sponsor level, we have binary pay, shopping mall, maintenance, lifestyle, leadership, and car bonus. But in our company, if you want the business part, you can come in and we teach you the ways that you can make money, and that money you can use it to be able to purchase products for yourself. That's what I do, but that is optional. You don't have to do it, but if you want to do it, yes, there's a way you can make money. And for everyone that you introduce these products to, and they come and open an account, the company will pay you a bonus that is instant. You earn it immediately, and as it goes along, you'll find there are many ways that we make the money for those who are interested in the money. But if you don't want to do that side of business, it's okay. No pressure, please. You're able to come in, have your own account, and buy products at a member's price. And if you want the business, we are ready to guide you on the business part. So yes, it's open to everyone. You just decide what you want. We will guide you. Thank you. Another question, maybe, just before we wind up? Any other question or concern? I hope I've answered a bit of that, Grace.
Yes, yes, you have.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much. Okay. So if we don't have any other question, or do we have or concern or something before we call it a day? Maybe we can just give one more concern. I see whether I'm able to help you. And if not, then I must thank you for making time to be with me. I know I've overrun a little bit. I tend to talk a lot, but this is a subject that is very close to my heart. I find that it's important to be aware about what we put in the mouth. It is, after all, health is, after all, your greatest wealth. And we do need to take care of our health. And it's not right to go through life in pain and just sick. I think we can do something about it. So I want to thank you for making the time here. Tomorrow we shall be here again, from 8, let's keep time, 8 to 9, and we shall be talking about another 2 of our products, just so that you can learn more about them. And we take that opportunity to also share testimonies, people who have used the product, has it helped them, what are the benefits they are finding from their own personal usage, or any other person they may have recommended the product to. That will be on tomorrow. I need to remind you that for the members and even our guests, that on 23rd July, we shall be having the CEOs, the company founders, coming to launch AJ Nutrition into Kenya. They were, into Africa, in Africa actually, but they chose Kenya as a country to do that because we lead within Africa. And they haven't been able to do that because of the COVID restrictions. But now that things were not too bad, I hope they can still manage to come. So we shall be at All Saints Cathedral. There's an auditorium that is there, and you're very welcome to come and meet the company founders and hear much more about the company. So I hope to see you there, and hopefully we shall meet again tomorrow. Thank you for making the time to be with me, to share your evening with me. May God bless you. Asante sana. Please go back to the person who may have invited you to this presentation, and they will guide you on the way forward if you want to come in and open an account. And I hope to meet you very soon. Asante sana. Good night.